Test 1 2. Test 1 2. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to an episode of the Preston Sports Podcast. And wow, today is a day. I'm talking some crazy stuff happening today in the NFL. Obviously, today is the first year back, or the first day back. Football's back tonight. Cowboys, Bucks. This episode is going to be solely focused on that. And I might have to make a feature-length episode, or maybe 2 episodes, because it's probably just going to be a feature-length, maybe instead of 15 to 20 minutes, maybe around 30 minutes. We'll see, because there is a lot to talk about today. Starting off with TJ Watt. So it was reported about 10 minutes ago that the Steelers signed TJ Watt's extension. It is a 4-year extension worth over $112 million per Ian Rappaport. He gets $80 million guaranteed at signing. He is the highest paid defensive player in the NFL. First of all, congrats to TJ. Make the money, get the bag. Good for you. If you don't know, the TJ and the Steelers were having this whole discrepancy. TJ's barely practiced at all this training camp. He was holding out for his contract. This is an interesting contract because the verbiage used is $80 million guaranteed at signing, which sounds like the Steelers won the negotiations. They wanted because the Steelers don't really do much guaranteed money after the first year. And so with that money guaranteed at signing, it sounds to me like the Steelers got more of what they wanted than TJ getting what he wanted. Which is, I don't know how I feel about it. The contract details aren't all the way out yet. So we'll dive a little deeper into that later. I'll probably give it its own episode. Just wanted to say that it happened. Other news in the AFC North. Let me just look up Ravens injuries because, gosh. So as we know, oh goodness, this is just awful. So as we know, the Ravens have had bad luck with injuries. Marquise Brown, Rashad Bateman, Sammy Watkins have all dealt with injuries. They lost J.K. Dobbins to a torn ACL. They lost Justice Hill, their third-string running back, to a torn Achilles. And now to make matters worse, on back-to-back plays, Gus Edwards and Marcus Peters have both, the organization fears that they both suffered torn ACLs. Now, if they tear their ACL, if both of them tear their ACLs, here's what we're looking at. We're looking at Le'Veon Bell probably getting elevated from the practice squad to play on Monday or Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. I think it's Monday night. It's Rams Bears Sunday, Ravens Raiders Monday. Yeah, so Gus Edwards is now listed as doubtful. J.K. Dobbins is on IR, so it's Tyson Williams, Trenton Cannon, and Le'Veon Bell are their running back positions right now. Oh, Rashad Bateman's on IR, so he's going to miss the first 3 games, too. I didn't even know that. So looking across, I see a lot of O's, I see a lot of questionables, doubtfuls, IR, all over the place. In fact, all 3 of their nose tackles, besides Brandon Williams, are on IR. Oh my goodness, this is worse than I even thought. Oh my goodness. So, with Marcus Peters getting hurt, you're looking at Tavon Young being your next guy up. Jimmy Smith looks questionable. They have 2 corners on IR, Khalil Dorsey and Amon Marshall. So, I mean, gosh, maybe the Ravens sign Richard Sherman, but yeah. So if those come out as torn ACLs, the Browns win the division. Now that win will be tainted because the Ravens got injured to hell and back. Like, that is ridiculous. But gosh, sorry, I'm just kind of in shock. Like, on back-to-back plays, too. It's not even in the same practice. In, like, the same 2 plays, both series players got injured. That means the first 3 running backs on the Ravens depth chart all would go on IR. That is absolutely insane. Oh, my gosh. How many people drafted Gus Edwards thinking he was going to have an increased workload? And DeAndre Swift, there was a tip in a tip line that came through that said DeAndre Swift was linked to a murder. Today's a weird NFL day. But we still have football. Football's back, baby. Moving past all the weird stuff besides the extension. Congrats, TJ. Second best edge rusher in the league. But football's back. Cowboys, Buccaneers. We all know the Bucs are going to win. It doesn't take a super genius to figure that out. You have to figure the Bucs bring back all 22 starters, offensive and defensive, as well as the depth players. You think Antonio Brown didn't start, they brought him back. But I don't know every Bucs player. I apologize. It's pretty much there's no way the Cowboys win. I mean, obviously it's possible. Their offense is really good, and what you're gonna have to do is hope the Bucs started off slow like they did last year. The chances of that happening are not very good. Sorry, I have a sore throat right now, so I'm drinking water a lot. So the Bucs Cowboys, it's basically gonna come down to how good is the Cowboys defense. I personally think the Cowboys offense, if firing on full cylinders, is better than the Buccaneers offense. I like the wide receivers on the Cowboys better than I like the Buccaneers, or I like the full core better than I like the top half of the core better than I like the top half of the Buccaneers core. I'm talking playing at their best possible potential as well, to be known. Right now, I like Dak as a quarterback better than Tom Brady if they're both playing at their best. I mean, I love me some TB12, but at the same time, Dak has that athletic ability. I just like Dak more. If they're running backs, I like Tony Pollard and Zeke more than I like Fournette and Rojo. I like the offensive line. Nope, Zach Martin's not playing. I like the offensive line for the Bucs more, but still, the offensive line for the Cowboys is good. Obviously, I like the tight ends for the Bucs more. I like Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz, but you have Gronk, and I also really like O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate as backups. So the Cowboys can put up points. It's just going to be, can the defense get enough stops against the Buccaneers? Because the Buccaneers defense will be able to get stops against the Cowboys offense. The Buccaneers defense is good. Their weakness is in corners. And when I say weakness, I just mean the weakest part of their team. I don't mean a bad part at all. They have good corners. They have good secondary. But it is secondary where the Cowboys should be looking to attack. I'm thinking get some screen game going, get the ball in Zeke's hands. Hopefully Zeke doesn't fumble it. It's going to be, is Micah Parsons that guy? Is Trayvon Diggs going to make the jump from year 1 to year 2? Is he going to be QB or CB1? Is D-Law going to make plays? Is your interior defensive line going to be able to stop the run? Are Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch going to be able to bounce back after having bad years? Is Donovan Wilson going to emerge as a safety of the future? Is Keanu Neal going to be a free agent acquisition worth signing? Are Devontae Casey and Malik Hooker, are they going to be able to play as safeties and maybe in the nickel possibly as well as in the box and be able to play at their full potential? Even as far as Micah Parsons, can you blitz him? Can you use him off the edge? Will he have that same versatility and explosiveness he did in college? Will he be able to make the same plays? Because, in all honesty, the Cowboys' defense will decide who wins or loses this game. I like the Cowboys' defense as a potentially good defense. Not a great defense, not a top 5, not even a top 10, but a top 15 defense. I definitely think it has potential to be that way. It's just going to be, are these players going to play up to their possible potential, or are they going to let the negative narrative around them define who they are as a defense? I don't necessarily like Dan Quinn as a defensive coordinator because we saw how his defenses were in Atlanta. But, maybe he's got something left where he can scheme something up. But I think the Cowboys defense will decide who wins or loses this game. As far as the Cowboys, like I said, you gotta attack the secondary. You gotta stretch them out, make them get vertical. But at the same time, do you really want to do that with Zach Martin being out? I think the best move for the Cowboys is to, I want to say the deep passing game, but I also want to say the short passing game. But you can't really do the short passing game that well because of Levante David and Devin White. Now, I think Devin White is overhyped. I think he wasn't really that good until the playoffs. But they still have Levante David. And Devin White, while he may not be the best linebacker in the world, he's still fast and he can still tackle relatively well. At least the last time we saw him, he was tackling relatively well. So you're probably going to want to see some screens, some short passing stuff. Try to get Amari lined up on either Levante David or Devin White. Let him run a whip, get open, do something. If you're Dallas, you know you want to establish the run game and stick with it, but I don't think you're going to win the game running the ball. I like the defensive line for the Bucs a little bit too much for that, but maybe you can find some sort of weakness and try to run the ball. Defensively, what the Cowboys are going to have to do, they're going to have to stop the run. They're going to have to find some way to stop the run, and you're going to have to execute. You're going to have to get turnovers. You're going to have to force stops. You're going to have to force third and long. You're going to have to force second and long. You're not going to you don't want them having first and second and short or third and short. You want them 3rd and 7, 2nd and 8. You want them 2nd and 5, sack them to 3rd and 15. You know, you're going to want them in a difficult decision where they have to decide, are we going to go for it because we know the defense is bad, or are we going to play it safe? You want them to take 3 points a drive. Force them to take field goals. Keep them out of the end zone. Bend, don't break defense. You're going to want to see great play out of Trayvon Diggs. You're going to want to see great play out of your linebackers because they have depth at linebacker. Because I believe Keanu Neal is a linebacker for the team. So it's Keanu Neal, Micah Parsons. You have Leighton Vander Esch. You have Jalen Smith. You're 4 deep at linebacker. You just need those linebackers to play well. You know, you have depth at safety. You're just going to need them to play well. You have some depth at corner. You're just going to need them to play well. And if you're the Bucs, defensively, or offensively rather, pound the freaking rock until they commit to stopping the run. Run the ball down their throat. And when they start stacking up the box, put Brady on one of them play action, have Mike Evans go one way, Chris Godwin go the other, Antonio Brown work in the middle of the field. Something will get open. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take advantage of the new pieces on defense. You're going to have to make the defense have excellent communication because we saw they weren't able to do that last year. We saw they couldn't communicate. You're going to want to see a lot of pre-snap motion, moving people across makes that defense have to adjust to what you're doing. Make the defense react to you instead of you reacting to the defense. That's kind of football 101, but especially with the defense that is as subpar as this defense is, you're going to want to make them react to you constantly. From an offensive line standpoint, you should be good. Your blocking assignments are easy. You maybe double team D-Law depending on how he's feeling tonight. Use the screen game. Bruce Arians is going to have to get a little creative with his play calling tonight just to take advantage of how bad this defense is. I don't think he'll have to get the most creative in the world, but I think it would be a good idea to show some wrinkles in your offense. And I think the Bucs really have open court. You know, they can really do whatever they want unless Dallas is showing the ability to stop something. You know, just kind of narrow in on what Dallas is focusing to stop and then do the opposite. If they're trying to stop the pass, run the ball. If they're trying to stop the run, pass the ball. They don't have the personnel to be able to not commit to something and have it be I can word that better. They don't have the personnel to where they can just play base defense. If they think you're running, they're going to have to commit extra players to stop the run. So that leaves them vulnerable in the passing. They can't play, all right, so we have, say they run a 4-2-5. So they have, a 4-3. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs, 2 corners, 2 safeties. They can't say, all right, so we're gonna linebackers, just we know they're running the ball, but play like they're gonna pass it and just fill your gaps. They can't do that. So they're gonna have to say, all right, they're running the ball. I need you and you down on the line of scrimmage, so that you don't have to move to contain your gaps. That they're there, and hopefully our D lineman can shed, or you can shed and make a play. They don't have the ability to just sit back and relax. They have to be proactive about what they think they're doing to be able to stop it. They don't have the talented personnel to just react effectively. They can react, but it won't be effective. They need to be proactive to be effective. While as the Bucs defense, and I'll use that to transition into what I think the Bucs defense needs to do. The Bucs defense can be effective reactively rather than proactively. The Bucs defense, what you're just gonna have to do, you're gonna have to make sure that Dak doesn't have a game. All right, Dak has something to prove. Everyone last year said he was only good because of garbage time yards and touchdowns, and so he's out on a mission. He has something to prove. He's been dealing with injuries. Everyone's saying he's overpaid. He's on a mission. What you're going to have to do is make sure that you can contain him. So you're probably looking at this, maybe not necessarily the same thing you were running against Kansas City, but a similar idea of don't let anything over top of you. Make sure you keep your two safeties up high and let your linebackers work on that short stuff, because you have the linebackers, you have talented linebackers who can close space and make tackles in the short to mid passing game. As far as your pressure, attack the right side of that offensive line. Find that backup guard and go after him again and again and again. And whenever they start sliding protection to that side, you're going to want to call a line, like maybe a Devin White blitz or a Lavonte David blitz off that edge. So the pocket's moving to the right. You have someone extra coming off the left. And so if Dak goes anywhere that's not right, boom, immediately sacked. As far as your corners, watch out for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's got those quick routes. He's got good releases. One of the most dangerous route runners in the league. And be careful with CeeDee Lamb. All camp, we've heard about how great CeeDee Lamb has looked. How fantastic of a year CeeDee Lamb is going to have. Don't let CeeDee Lamb use this game as the start of his year 2 campaign. With the Bucs defense, because CeeDee Lamb, in my personal opinion, is the most talented wide receiver on that team, and probably the second most talented wide receiver in that division besides Terry McLaurin. If CeeDee Lamb, if you let CeeDee Lamb get going, if you let him warm up, if you let them give him a bubble screen and a quick slant and a quick out, and then they start working, we're going to run a dig route. We're going to run a short post. We're going to run a deep out. If you let CeeDee Lamb go, let him get going, then that gets to the point where it's dangerously, or you're getting dangerously close to letting CeeDee Lamb have a game. And if CeeDee Lamb has a game, then your defense is slowly going to fall apart. Because that means, okay, you're probably going to have to double up on CeeDee. Well, then you still have Amari Cooper to worry about. And Michael Gallup, who, yes, is inconsistent, but can make plays in clutch moments. And then you still have Ezekiel Elliott. Sure, he was down last year, but his weight is down this year. He's been working all offseason on fixing the fumbles. And say even Zeke is not playing super well. They could put Tony Pollard in, who is a legit running back. This is going to be a game of whose defense can contain the other's offense better. Right now, I think the Bucs will win. If I had to give a score prediction, Bucs 31, Dallas 17. But I want Dallas to win. I'm a fan of the underdog. I live in Dallas. I want Dallas to win, but I also don't want Dallas to win, because all I'm going to hear is, we them boys. They would go 1-16 and still be like, hey, but we beat the Bucs, though. But, yeah, that's all I got for today. I'll come back on Saturday. Maybe. I might not come back on Saturday. There is a possibility. I will be in Kansas City this weekend for the Browns-Chiefs game. Not guaranteed at all. It's a long shot, but it's still something possible. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, boop the notification bell, and I will talk to you guys on maybe Saturday, but I will definitely talk to you guys for the NFL week recap. Hope everyone has a great Thursday and a great Sunday of football watching. Enjoy your weekends. Peace out.